Okay, so I regifted my wife's broken mug to her for Christmas using the Kintsugi Japanese repair technique. So if you've been following along on this series, then here are the answers to all of your questions. Did she like the gift? Did she hate the gift? I don't know. Did we get divorced because it was so terrible because I gave her a broken mug for Christmas? Who knows? Let's find out. How did the Kintsugi repair technique work out? All good questions. I'm going to talk about it all today. Also, the repair kit that I used, there is an affiliated link in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. Um, but let's start off by talking about how the repair went. Now, again, you can watch the previous videos in the series. This is the fourth and final video in the series, where I kind of you follow along as I'm going through the process and everything. Um, but here is where I'm going to talk about the final results, and let's take a look. So now remember, I am a jewelry expert. I am amazing at making great jewelry. Kintsugi, ancient Japanese repair technique for pottery, not an expert at that. And and it shows. It shows. So we've got, let's see. Here was my first attempt. I was thinking that this would work really well. I've done caulking in bathrooms and stuff, and I just get a rubber glove and I rub my finger and it kind of cleans out. And that's what I saw people doing in videos. So I'm like, yeah, that'll be easy. I think there's something about the consistency of caulking that makes that really easy. This stuff is much thinner than that. My first attempt trying to do that with the gloves, you probably it's not going to focus. You can't see it there. Maybe it basically ended up smearing all around. You can kind of see it over here. Man, if the light hits it just right, you can kind of see it kind of smeared all around. And then once it smeared around, like I couldn't figure out how to clean that off. Um, so there's that. So I changed my technique as I was working my way through, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to smear it off. I'm just going to try to get the right amount in there and just squish it out just a little bit. And then I got these. Now I got the little drippies coming out everywhere. So I have two different types of messing it up all over this mug. Um, Now I know, if you watch the videos of people that actually know what they're doing with this kintsugi stuff, then you'll see much more beautiful, well executed ways of doing this. You may want to try practicing this on something where you're not really concerned about how it comes out. Again, this was a mug that my wife accidentally broke. She was so mad about it that it was very obvious I could not step in and help. She needed to take care of it. Everybody just stand back, let it happen, let it process. And she cleaned up, she threw it away. And so basically, like, okay, it didn't come out great, but the alternative was it was going to be in the trash and gone. And this was one of her favorite mugs because um, why be yourself when you could just be a unicorn, right? Um, so So it did not come out perfectly. There's definitely a learning curve to really getting this stuff right. Um, and yeah, I guess that kind of explains how it turned out. Now, um, what I paid more attention to after I did all this is that I don't believe this is microwave safe. Um, and I don't believe that it's dishwasher safe. So keep those things in mind. But do look for, if you don't use the Kintsugi one in the Kintsugi kit link in the description, be sure you're looking for something that is food safe. Assuming you're doing it to something that's going to have food in it. If you're doing it to a vase or something or vase, I don't know, however you pronounce that, then you're probably fine. But if you're using uh, pieces that you're going to be eating out of, mugs, bowls, plates, stuff like that, then be sure to get one that is food safe. Food safe. Like I said, the one in the description is food safe. Um, so yeah, so that's how it turned out. I would say, I mean, in some ways it was easy to do. It just trying to get it to look really good, to come out the way everybody else is doing in the professional videos and stuff. Yeah, not super easy, but maybe you could learn from my mistakes and kind of get the amount you put in a little bit better than I did. I was trying to get to squish out to really show off that silver color, and I may have gone a little heavy-handed trying to get to squish out a little bit. So maybe go a little bit lighter. But and a real quick recap for anybody who's new to this video series: Kintsugi is an ancient Japanese technique for um, fixing pottery and things of that nature. That is almost it's kind of become a philosophy of life kind of a thing. The idea here is you take something that's broken and you fix it, but instead of trying to hide the breaks, you actually highlight them. The original technique used gold dust, like dust from gold, right? Now I'm sure, excuse me, we're using much more affordable flecks of color somehow, but the kit that I use came with gold color, silver color, bronze color, and was clearly not gold because I work in gold. And I'm telling you, not getting gold for the price I paid for this. It was like $30 or something. Um, so it wasn't that much. But instead of hiding the cracks, we are highlighting the cracks and making them more beautiful and creating something that is more beautiful because of the story and the history behind it, right? And I think, I mean, how much of that applies to us in real life, right? Like, I feel like I am a more beautiful person and you are a more beautiful person because of the things that we've been through, right? Um, People that have been through absolutely nothing in their lives are not as interesting, right? People who've been through stuff and seen stuff and things like that make for far much more interesting and beautiful people, right? And that's kind of the idea here with kintsugi is you're making something that's far more beautiful because of what it's been through, because of its story, right? Um, so this is how it turned out. Now I'm going to put this down before I end up dropping it and having to do this all over again. We don't want that. Oh, um, so that's how it turned out. The next question is, did my wife like it? Did she hate it? Did she divorce me? What happened? Because this was a Christmas gift for my wife. That's how I did this. I repaired it without her knowing about it. I pulled it out of the trash the next morning when she'd gone to work, and so I started this project all on my own, not knowing what she would think about getting a broken mug for Christmas. Ah. Um, I'd like to lay down a little bit of the story, though. I think how this all came together was kind of interesting. And so it's Christmas morning, right? And we've got two kids, 8 and 10 years old, cute as little buttons, also very loud noise machines and chaos machines and all that. And so they're running around doing their Christmas thing, grabbing gifts from under the tree and passing them out to people and tearing them open. And hey, can you guys cut this open? I want to play with this toy and I need the batteries and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And then you've got my parents that were there and they're just kind of they're sitting around the room taking in all the chaos and hopefully enjoying all the chaos. I don't know. Hi, Mom. What did you think of it? Feel free to share in the comments if you feel obliged to share with the rest of the audience how you were feeling in during Christmas morning. Um, but yeah, so usual Christmas chaos is going on. My wife finally, I'm sitting there, just anxious all morning, like waiting for her to grab that gift to see what happened. I mean, she was so upset when this mug broke. And I wasn't sure. Like, there was a lot of emotion tied into this mug, obviously. And I just wasn't real confident what direction that emotion was going to go when she sees it again. Um, I wasn't sure how that was going to go, and so I was very, very anxious and on the edge of my seat and trying to pretend like I'm totally cool as a cucumber and nothing going on here. I'm just totally normal, not freaking out or anything. Um, and she opened a few gifts before that, and of course we're taking turns, so everybody else is opening gifts, and finally the moment comes, and she is pulling that gift out to open it, and I am intently staring at her, waiting to see her reaction, on the edge of my seat, about to freak out, and the phone rings. It's a loved one calling in to say Merry Christmas and all that, and the phone call's taken, and now this noise and distractions being added to all the chaos that's going on, and I'm trying to like concentrate and cut through the chaos and see if Cara's see what her reaction is, and see if she even maintains enough attention to open the gift, which she did. She just kind of kept going along and opening the gift, and as she pulled it out, um, um, yeah, her face changed and it started to turn red. Um, and her eyes began to uh, get moist. Um, it was definitely an emotional moment, and it was definitely a gift she was not expecting, and she she was very happy. She was very happy. She was very surprised. She didn't understand what was going on. She didn't know what kintsugi was. I'm not sure if I'd ever told her what it was before, even though it's something I learned about years ago and thought was really interesting, but never really had a reason to try it, practice it, apply it. Um, so this was all. She was so surprised, and it was amazing. I I I was so happy with her reaction to it. We are still married, so there you go. Good news. So, yeah, she really liked it. So hey, if your loved one of any sort, whether it's your partner or a friend or whoever, breaks their favorite mug or plate or bowl or something, and you happen to have the ability to sweep in and grab the parts, Kintsugi could be a really good gift. Yeah, so that worked out really, really well. She really loved it. But I think, it was also kind of interesting is every now and then these conversations come up, and, somebody will be like, hey, my so and so got me this for Christmas, and it was this really cool gift. What did you get? And that conversation just honestly tends to get pretty awkward for us when it comes up because we just tend to be really frugal with stuff, and it's not uh, when our gifts aren't very easily explained in a conversation like that, and it just gets weird because somebody be like, oh yeah, they so and so took me out to this amazing weekend at this cabin in the woods or something, and I'm like, what'd they get you? I'm like, oh man, they got me this awesome DVD from like 1980 whatever, this really weird obscure movie, and in the conversation it just sounds like I got some cheap crappy DVD for Christmas. It was a terrible gift, but it's hard to explain that that movie had one of my favorite actresses in it who is kind of an obscure actress. Oh, what is her name? I'm trying to remember now. She played the love interest in Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan movies, and she was just so excellent in those movies. And I've caught her in some other movies that I loved her in. Um, Oh my god, I'm so mad I can't remember her name anymore. Not really the point of the story, but I love that actress, and I love her obscure movies, and seeing these obscure movies that you can't find on Netflix or Amazon or Paramount or any, like, it just so obscure, and to get the opportunity to watch that obscure movie was so amazing, even if it was an inexpensive gift. Anyway, so that's why these conversations get pretty weird and awkward for us when they come up, because our stuff sounds cheap and dumb, and it's not, but that's what it sounds like. But apparently when that conversation came up at work for Cara, it seemed like it was a lot less awkward this time, that everybody was kind of taken back by the fact that I had pulled it all out of the garbage and went through the time to apply a Japanese repair technique that she couldn't remember the name of, but still, all that seemed to really just blow everybody away. So I think, it was like a double win. Like, not only did she really love the gift, but it made for great conversation at work and stuff too. So anyhow, that's the story. That's it. That's yeah, Kintsugi. It's some cool stuff, and I kind of hope more stuff breaks so I can try this again and see if I can do it better next time. Now that I've done it once, I've got a better idea how to do this, but I love this stuff. Look it up. Look up Kintsugi Japanese repair technique. I'm sure you'll get the spelling wrong, but if you put all that together, Google or whoever will figure it out, right? Kintsugi repair technique. And I'm telling you, it's amazing the beautiful art people create out of this. I mean, it's already art that got broken that's being repaired with this, but it's so much more beautiful afterwards. And I love the idea of something that's more beautiful because of the story behind it, which, if you've been following along with my other videos and the rest of my channel, you're a subscriber, then you know this. You've been hearing me talk about the story and how much I love the story behind stuff, right? I'm always designing jewelry, um, and really imbuing it with so much story, right? I love jewelry that has story. I love making jewelry that has story. I love making jewelry that has your story in it, or my story in it, or uh who knows, like, it's all kinds of cool stuff, but I love stuff with story behind it. I love stuff with character, stuff that's not perfect. um but yeah, I think Kintsugi's really cool. I can't wait to do this again. Thanks for hanging out with me, and like I said, if you want to try this yourself, check out the link in the description for the Kintsugi kit. um but yeah, this is some cool stuff. I really like it. My wife loves it. I don't mind having to hand wash it, even though I fight anything that has to be hand washed. I like hand washing this. There's a lot of personal connection to this that you don't normally get. But yeah. Anyway, you can find more about me on charmingquail.com if you'd like to. Otherwise, check out this video right here. If you had enjoyed this Kintsugi journey, try this out. I think you're going to enjoy this next. I got lots of fun story for you. Come hang out with me. I'll see you there.